Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and Razer has released a HIEN a hybrid pad. This actually was sent out for review. Shocking stuff, truly. So this is going to be a review of the Razer Strider, which is probably now the most available hybrid pad HIEN clone, whatever you want to call it. And this is a very solid mouse pad. I'll get into that later. But one thing you should know about it is that it is extremely rough. And this is just a close-up of the texture compared to the artisan HIEN. But due to the fact that this mousepad is 3mm thick and doesn't really have any give, I'll show you the glide of it right now. It plays extremely fast with solid PTFE feet. I would say this is firmer than an artisan mid. We can do a lighter test early on in the video. This is patented stuff, so other reviewers watching, do not copy me. There is my lighter. As you can see, there's just very little give, and also the patented super light press down test. So yeah, I just want it to be understood that this is about as thin and firm as mouse pads come. But even with that being said, the way that this is rolled up in the box is incredible. It's a very loose roll, so right out of the box it lied flat for me. And I also have an XXL one, but I fucking lost it. I can't believe it. I'm not going to waste time talking about it, but I literally lost a full desk size version of this. But that laid flat as well. It has a bit more vertical depth. I think it's $50. That's not too much of an ask. Especially considering it has Prime shipping. The version you're looking at right now is, let me compare the size to something. It's just 450 by 400, which is the most standard mousepad size. As you can see, it's a bit smaller in both dimensions compared to an Artisan XL. But the quality on this for Razer, it's really good. The stitched edges, as you can see, they are flush. They are nearly even. This is the exact same stitching that Lethal Gaming Gear's pads use. And I pulled out the Lethal Gaming Gear Venus for a comparison. You can see for yourself it's the same thing. And I praised Lethal Gaming Gear, so obviously I'm going to praise Razer for implementing solid stitched edges. The rubber backing, it's moving around a bit. It's obviously more than you want it to move around. And I'm not going to lie, it does move in-game sometimes because I rest my arm not too high up on the mouse pad. But it will move around a decent bit. This is just a natural rubber backing. It's just pressed differently. It has a different design. I don't know if they were intentionally trying to make it look like Artisan's backing, but it's not the same. I think Artisan's is made of Poron. Could be the totally wrong thing. But now I just want to get into the qualities of this mousepad. The initial friction, so fucking low. And just overall, the first thing I want to say is the consistency of this surface. I've been using it for just a bit under 2 weeks now. It has felt the exact same since it came out of the box. I'm going to pour a bit of water on it. As you can see, it is a totally epic water-resistant surface. So humidity really has taken no toll whatsoever on this mousepad. Please don't get my sweat. And yeah, now the mousepad basically totally dry. And that is a really good feature to see, obviously, and I just can't see this mousepad wearing out quickly. It seems like it's very well built. There's not a single aspect of it where it's really lacking. I know I was mentioning the rubber backing, and it was because I did notice it moving around sometimes, or sometimes it would be a bit off-centered. It definitely isn't the best. Maybe if they were to make it 4mm, it would be a bit better, but then it would lose the hybridness, I suppose. A pad I think this compares to is the Glide 38 and also the Zowie GTFX, but rougher. You'll see when it's compared to the GTFX, it looks very similar, but the weave on the Strider is, of course, slightly different. And the reason I'm not comparing this to pads like the Odin Infinity, the Aqua Control Plus, is because this is a much more heavily textured pad. It'll be easy to adjust if you have a HIEN Soft, I suppose. And this is half the price of an Artisan pad, so you got to keep that in mind. But there are a lot of mouse pads in that large size around the $30 price range. I think this is just, it's a step up due to the availability of Razer. But the pad itself, It's just a very consistent textured surface. There's not a lot of control, and there's really not many ways to gain control. You can't really push the mouse into the pad because due to the fact it doesn't have a lot of give, even if you press like a monkey, it's not going to slow down that much, and the surface is just really rough and consistent. I find the y-axis to be a bit slower than the x, but it doesn't really cause me any problems, and your mouse is going to be picking up, or your mouse feet are going to be picking up the texture of this mouse pad. For most people, probably unlike any mouse pad you've tried before. If you have, like, these G-Wolf stock feet are rounded edges, you can see they're very good, but it just feels like they're scraping against the mouse pad, and I don't know if it's scratchiness or it's just the roughness of the texture, but it creates a very fast glide, super light with ice feet. I'm really just trying to show a lot of types of examples because it does vary so much due to how heavily textured it is. And wow, how can I talk this much about mouse pads without being fucking bored out of my mind? And there's always that one person who's like, oh, what about ceramic feet? Fucking here you go. Make sure to leave a like, buddy. Sucks, like ceramic feet always do. But yeah, on to the rest of the review. The quality of it is good. This backing is gonna vary based on your desk as well. I don't want people to think I'm shitting on the backing. It's nowhere near as bad as something like X-Ray Pad, and it's probably just around the same level as the Lethal Gaming Gear pads out in Infinity. The stitching, really good. The surface, it's not safe, but if you know you want to try like a rough textured mouse pad, this is probably the best big brand mouse pad ever. Some people like Cooler Master and shit. This basically has all of the benefits of Cordura without being cringe, so I don't know, consider it. The Strider is pretty loud, like when you're gliding your mouse around, if that's going to be an issue for you. I have closed back headphones, I can't hear it when I have media playing, but that is something to mention. It's better with Tiger feet, I've noticed, than anything else. Like, it's quieter, but it's still not a smooth glide. I haven't really talked much about the stopping power because there just isn't a lot. I would recommend this for faster paced games, but even in a fast-paced game like Fortnite, there's still times when I find the mousepad to be just a bit too fast. So this is faster than what a lot of people are used to. If you have a HIEN, it's faster. Any HIEN alternative, it's faster. The MPC 450 is still a bit faster than this, but yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. It seems like it's built to last. It's resistant to humidity, extremely consistent, good quality all around. I just gotta give this mousepad the seal of approval. I don't like just giving that to every mousepad I use, but this is a really solid offering from Razer. Can't recommend it to everybody, obviously, especially not if you play a slower paced game and want a lot of control coming from either initial or dynamic friction, which this mousepad just doesn't offer. And yeah, if you somehow have gone to this point and still not realized, this is rougher and firmer than the Artisan HIEN. So it is a step up in terms of speed, and there is less control on the mouse pad. One thing is that this is a pad from Razer, and you'd think they have the ability to throw in a few more size options with a bit more vertical depth. Maybe it's just me. That's going to be all for the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, make sure to ask them. Though this is such a thorough review, how could you even have a question? Peace.